Hey, Jim Shields here with Becky, our VP of Property Management, and we're going to talk about an important subject today is, can a property manager be getting bad reviews and actually be doing a really good job? And we're going to dig into that because have you ever noticed when you're looking up a property management and the reviews they have online, like Google reviews, they're either all 5-star or 1-star? Something that I had to dig into, and being 25 years in the business, I've learned a lot about that, and we're going to talk about that today. Becky has been an integral part of this business since the beginning of Build to Rent, and has really grown up through the ranks to lead us on one of the most important parts about what we do. You know, we can find great land, build great properties, but if management is not there, we don't do a complete job for you. So management is one of the things we take the most serious, and it's not a perfect science. There's always measuring, correcting. There's always things that you can do better, and we are really, really dedicated to that. And something that I've learned over the last couple of months is reviewing things from Google reviews to other places where we find feedback on our property management, is that a property manager who's getting bad reviews can actually be doing a really good job, especially for the investor. You want to explain that a little bit, Becky? Because that's been a big aha to me, because I thought, oh, reviews. If a review's bad, the company's bad. But it's really important to know where's it coming from and why.
Right. I think having negative reviews shows you are a better company, in my opinion, because if you have all 5-star positive reviews, you give off the impression it's fake. Reviewers aren't going to trust that. They're going to look at that and see that everything is internal, that people are posting this as well, but they actually let you see that the company is doing their job. They are holding themselves accountable, following procedures. So a lot of times you'll see in our reviews, somebody might be evicted and they're expressing their upset feelings about that and the fact that we did evict them, that we're holding them accountable to not paying their rent. If we are charging them back for damage that they caused to the home, making sure that the homeowner can get their funds back for that maintenance repair, that's a common negative review that we see as well.
Yeah, that's a big one. And I know what we're always dealing with as our overall BTR team is how do we get turn costs to be as low as possible and as least often as possible for our investors. And we have to take our checkpoint system whenever a tenant moves out, and these are very nice new construction homes. So if there's damage, we have to charge the tenant. If we don't charge the tenant, then you, the investor, will get stuck with that. And we've incrementally watched the costs of our turns go down. And I think one of it is we've really developed a better system for checkpointing when a tenant moves out. And it's not an easy job. You are the bad guy. But we have to ask ourselves the question, would we rather a tenant write a bad review and be upset with us for having to hold them accountable to condition, or would we rather be okay with that and allow the investor to have a better economic fundamental turn, which is so key to them building their portfolio? And it's not only on the turn cost, which, you know, when we're taking these deposits because they don't keep up the property, but sometimes the people don't even get into the property. And they leave bad reviews. Do you want to talk about that? I saw a lot of those on there. And you can look at these yourself on Google.
Yeah, that was a really common review. You know, we have the criteria posted online, but a lot of times if somebody's applying and they might know they do not hit the qualifications, right? And they're reviewing and they don't get an approval because we are following the guidelines and making sure that our investors know who are in the homes. They have that denial. They do express that to us and let us know. And that's just showing we are holding ourselves to our requirements and making sure that we're approving the correct applicants that hit the criteria. I just messed up there. Hit the criteria that we have. So that is a big one that we see a lot of times. If they have to submit additional documentation as well because we want to prove their income, they might express that frustration because we're trying to make sure that they do qualify for that amount.
Yeah, and your life, the property management team's life would be so much easier if we just said, yep, everyone's accepted.
Right.
Yep, go ahead, thanks for leaving the property the way you did, we'll just charge the investor. It's just not something we're willing to do. And again, what I've learned, and you've been a big teacher of that, I at first would go, why do we have a bad review? And you said, well, it's because we're doing our job. And that's not always easy. And that's been a key fundamental shift for us where we've said, who is having the issue and why? And that's something when we're always digging deeper into property management because it is the most unclear science of what we do. It is the toughest part of the game and something most people gave up on a long time ago, and we've actually doubled down and committed more to. And I've found if people will just ask the right questions and say, is that review because the property manager did their job? I've been very pleased with the results, and we've gone through so many of them. So if people who have been evicted or complaining about us, I'm very proud of that because I'm glad we got them out of a property where they weren't paying. If they weren't accepted into a property because they didn't meet our criteria, and we don't want to put our investors in danger, that's something we should be proud of.
Absolutely.
And then with the turns, which again, you've worked so hard on this, with the turns to get the best economic turns, keep the property in the best condition, we would be cheating our investors if we didn't keep those deposits when people don't keep up the property.
Absolutely. And we really look at that in detail when a tenant moves out of a home and what we do charge back, move-in pictures compared to move-out pictures, and really show the prospects that and tenants as well. And sometimes they do have their feelings to post online about, and just showing our reviewers that we are holding them accountable to those charges.
Yeah. This is an absolute key component that we wanted to discuss with you guys today. Look, again, property management is hard. It's something that we take very seriously, and stuff will always be measuring, correcting for you, the investor. But I do encourage you, look up the reviews yourself and ask who are the people writing the reviews, why would they maybe be seeing that, and then ask yourself the question, maybe the property management might be having my best interest as the investor at heart, which again is first and foremost. We always want to provide great housing, but our job as a BTR venture is to get you a solid portfolio of performing properties and of course keep them in good condition with good tenants. But this is an important part of the game. Becky, we appreciate all the work that you're doing on it.
Of course.
And I know we'll be talking again soon. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Take care.